Hi again, Cam here from Word First Ministries. We are producing this series of videos to answer the questions we think you have about our mission to Norway. If there's anything that we don't answer, any other questions crop up, please, you can message us through any of our social media, or you can email me, cam@wordfirst.us. Last time we were together, we answered the question, why Norway? This time we're going to talk about why us, why this team, and there are at least three reasons. First is each of us has been called by the Holy Spirit. Secondly, that call has been affirmed by our wise Christian leadership. And thirdly, that call continues to be confirmed by God, by the stuff He's doing in the world that demonstrates to us that we're on the right path. So our call by the Holy Spirit, each of us on the team can tell you our story about how we perceived that God was calling us individually and as a team to go to Norway and minister in a particular way. My story is this. My wife and I had the opportunity to take our children on vacation to Norway, which is where my ancestry is from, a few years ago. And I had wondered about the spiritual condition of Norway. I learned some of the stuff that I talked to you about in the last video and prayed about what God wanted us to do. And when we arrived in Norway, the Lord spoke to my heart and told me that I was home and this is where He wanted me to minister, which for me is an unusual experience. I've only experienced something like that one other time. Others in our ministry have a similar story, and others' story is different. So if you'd like to know anybody's individual story, please contact us. We'd be glad to tell you. But we've all received information in our hearts, the voice of the Holy Spirit calling us to minister in Norway. But our hearts can deceive us. Of course, anyone would love to move to Norway. It's a wonderful and beautiful place, and the people are amazing. And in order to be sure that our hearts aren't telling us to do something that just our hearts want to do and that God is doing this, each of us met with our disciplers and our mentors, and then eventually our lead pastor at church. So it started with me, of course, because I'm on staff at Orchard. I met with our lead pastor, shared with him our vision and call, and he affirmed that for me and for our whole team, and then met individually with each of our team members and gave them the affirmation of his position also. So our eldership at the church is sending us, in a spiritual sense, out of the Orchard in order to come to Norway to minister. And not only are we being sent by the Orchard, but we're being received by our Christian brethren in Norway. We can tell you a little bit more about that, but God has gone out of His way to make sure that we're well connected to faithful Christian people where we will be landing, and they are generously and eagerly awaiting our arrival and allowing us to join them in the mission work that God is doing there. And then finally, God confirming in the world for us that this is what it is that He wants us to do. As a minister, when you see impossible things start happening that open doors and knock down boundaries on the way to the thing God has called you to, you can be more sure that it's God doing the work, right? If it's an impossible thing, then only God is doing it. And He continues to do those things. I won't share many of those stories now. They actually mostly speak to my heart and the heart of the people on the team. But over and over again, God confirms for us by making a pathway for us by doing the things that only God can do, right? When the Red Sea parts so that you can escape Egypt's army, you know that it's God who's done that, and then He's calling you across, and He continues to do similar things like that for us. So once again, question number one, why Norway? That's our last video. This video has been, why us? We'll talk about some more questions that we think you might have in later videos, and you're welcome again to message us on any of our social media or to email me directly if you would like, cam@wordfirst.us. If you'd like more information about our ministry and our first mission to Norway, you can go to wordfirst.us. There you can hear a little bit about each of our stories. You can read it anyways, and you can email any of us. You can email us overall, and you can become a part of the mission of God that He has for this ministry in Norway. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, and we'll talk to you again soon.